Platforms shape society, and we should make sure to shape those platforms and not let them determine us.
Online platforms have fundamentally reshaped social, economic, and political landscapes. Platforms like Facebook, Google, YouTube, TikTok, and Amazon enable users to discover unprecedented content, people, and products. Acting as powerful content moderators, these platforms rank and recommend information. A few dominant platforms wield considerable influence as de facto governors of the Internet, determining what content reaches and resonates with users. Buiten's work aims to offer a broader reflection on the governance of emerging technologies and their regulation, and more specifically, to use this knowledge of how platforms work to determine their responsibility for user-generated content.
One major challenge is that this is a moving target. When I started working on this topic, many of the policy questions were just developing, and now we're at the point where several countries have already introduced new laws, and so we're at the point of implementing these laws. But meanwhile, platforms have developed and have changed, but also technologies are developing. So for example, we have new rules for social media, but in the meantime, generative AI came up and we have deepfakes and other new problems. And so basically we have to constantly respond to how these technologies are evolving and how these platforms are changing their business models and their practices. So many different disciplines discuss platforms, business scholars, media scholars, lawyers, economists. And one of my aims is to bring all of these perspectives together and better understand what it really is that platforms do, how they influence our lives and influence society, and how lawmakers should respond to that. Basically, in order to build better, more responsible platforms.
This subject is all the more important given the growing impact of social media, especially on younger generations, who spend hours each day on these platforms and rely on them for information. At the same time, platforms have long escaped regulation, making it especially relevant to think about these issues. Consequently, platforms face increased pressure from governments to address these systematic problems. To cite a few recent examples, we can mention the EU investigating platforms like X, TikTok, and Meta for their handling of hate speech and protection of minors. Musk recently withdrew X from Brazil following demands to stop disinformation, and France arrested Telegram's CEO over the platform's role in facilitating criminal activity. When considering platforms' liability for harm on their sites, we should focus on their role as content moderators, rather than continuing to view them simply as technology companies or facilitators of user-generated content, as they have traditionally been perceived. In this fast-moving ecosystem, Buiten's interdisciplinary approach integrates insights from law, economics, business, and media studies to comprehensively analyze platforms and advocate for effective regulation.
As a next step, we're starting to think about implementation of the new European rules. So what do these obligations mean in practice? How should social media platforms and online marketplaces change their recommender systems, or what measures should they take to better protect minors? And these insights we can hopefully use to also develop new rules for Switzerland, where we're awaiting a proposal to be published by the end of the year.